Hey guys, how are you all doing? I hope you're all having an amazing day. Welcome to Gaming24 preview video. Today we are gonna focus mostly on Gaming24 and I'm gonna give you guys my thoughts and transfer plans about Gaming24 and the game weeks after that. So we are also gonna talk about blank Gaming25 and see how my team will line up for those game weeks. Thank you all for watching the videos recently. The support has been amazing, so I appreciate it. Now, before we move to Gaming24, let's just quickly look at how my team is doing at the moment. So, for Gaming23, my team got a total of 93 points minus 4 hits, so a total of 89 points. And it's yet another green arrow for my team, so this game week puts my overall rank at inside the top 4k, so 3800 rank at the moment. FPL has been amazing since the World Cup return for me. It has been nothing but green arrows since game week 17, so yes, I'm very happy with my team at the moment. I'm happy with how it looks and the players that I got, and let's very quickly see what happened in game week 23. So for this game week, it was quite a bad game week for my team, and I thought that this was going to be my first red arrow in a while. Pretty much all the scores went against me, and it was a small red arrow until yesterday, until the Arsenal versus Man City game, in which pretty much everything that happened was good for my team. So De Bruyne scoring and got an assist in that game as well. Saka, my captain, got a goal and some bonus points. Eden Nketiah, he got an assist for the penalty. The only negative part, I suppose, was that Haaland scored as well, so that cost me a couple of 100 places, but at least it was a De Bruyne assist, so it ended up even at the end. And the lucky part of this game week for my team was the fact that I got Luke Shaw from my first bench. So as you can see here, Rico Lewis is on the bench with 0 points, and Luke Shaw got in the team for him. Now I'm happy with my decision to bench Luke Shaw for that game week. It made sense, and Man United had no business keeping a clean sheet against Leeds away, especially because they conceded in the first minute in the previous game at Old Trafford. So I am happy with the decision to bench Luke Shaw for that game week. I think it was correct, and at the end I got rewarded. So Rico Lewis didn't play at all in both games, in both Man City games, so I got rewarded with Luke Shaw. But if you benched Luke Shaw as well, and if it was for someone like Ake or Akanji and he stayed on your bench, I would personally not be that worried. I think, like I said, it was the correct choice, and sometimes in FPL we just have to accept that there is some luck involved in the game. So as long as you make the correct choices, I wouldn't be that worried about the outcome at the end. So in this case, for my team, it ended up great. Luke Shaw got in the team, but it puts a possible problem with my team for upcoming game weeks, with Rico Lewis potentially losing his place in the Man City starting 11. Now, when I made my transfers last game week, basically I got in Rico Lewis because he was the only player that I could get and afford Saka in the team. Now I was looking at Bueno from Wolves. He's at the same price as Rico Lewis, but Bueno recently lost his starting place at Wolves to Al Nuri. He's been rotating with that player for the starting place, and that's the main reason why I went with Rico Lewis. But I did not expect him to get benched in both of the games. I suppose Pep finally realized that he could just play one of his midfielders, one of his expensive midfielders like Gundogan and Bernardo Silva in that place, and instead of Rico Lewis or Cancelo like he was trying before. So he finally realized that, and it's a potential problem for my team, but I'm not too worried about it. I could very well transfer out Rico Lewis next game week. Now here is how the team looks at the moment for gaming 24. No transfers made so far. I am tempted to make a transfer, but let's go to the transfers window. So I have one free transfer, no funds in the bank. Now the best thing for this game week is to roll the transfer and then focus on gaming 25 with two free transfers and the blanks that are coming up. Now I have to say I am slightly intrigued by the idea of transferring out Luke Shaw for this game week and getting an Everton player instead of him one week early. So I will do this transfer most likely in gaming 25. So I will transfer out Luke Shaw for that game week and I will get Tarkovsky in his place. At least that's the plan. Now the site is super laggy for me at the moment. Now the question is it worth making that transfer 1 week early and for gaming 24 instead of gaming 25? So the reason why I'm looking at a Everton defender is because they are the only team that has a double game week coming up and plays in all the rest of the fixtures until game week 29 when I plan to use my wildcard. So all of these fixtures, there are no blanks here. Everton will play all of their games, and plus they have a double game week in 25. So that's the reason why I'm looking at transferring in an Everton defender, mostly defender. I'm not really looking at their attackers at the moment. So under the new coach, he's known as a super defensive coach, and he was just like that when he was at Burnley. So he's pretty much a park the bus type of coach. He always tries to keep a clean sheet, and a lot of games for Sean Dyche end up either a 0-0 or maybe a 1-0 win for his team, and that's exactly what it's happening since he got to Everton. So the Arsenal game, 1-0 win, clean sheet, and Tarkovsky is also probably their most dangerous attacking player at the moment, which is crazy because he is a central defender, but he scored the winner against Arsenal. And in the Liverpool game, just before the first goal, he hit the crossbar or the sidebar of the goal, so he was a couple of centimeters away from another goal. And if that goal would got in, I think that game would have ended completely different. I think he would have had another huge hole. So he looks like the best defensive transfer to make at the moment. And like I said, I am trying to figure out, is it worth going for this transfer for this game week or saving it for next game week. Now the problem with Luke Shaw is Man United play Leicester at home this week. Now Leicester are in a great form since James Maddison got back in the team basically. So Leicester are a completely different team when Madison is in the team and when he's not. Since his return, they have scored four goals in both of their games, I believe. So I do wonder if Man United are going to keep a clean sheet in this game. They're going to be super tired after the Europa League game against Barcelona. That's tonight, and that's the reason why I am trying to figure out, is it worth going for Tarkovsky 1 week earlier. So that's my only transfer plan for this game week. I am most likely either going to do Luke Shaw to Tarkovsky or roll the transfer. For game week 25, on the other hand, I have 5 players that will have a blank game week. So Luke Shaw, Trippier, Bruno Fernandes and Rashford, and also Mitoma. So these 5 players are going to have a blank game week. Now my plan is at the moment to transfer out Luke Shaw and Bruno Fernandes, and the other 2 players are going to go on my bench, so Trippier, Rashford and Mitoma. Trippier, I'm looking to bench him mostly because Newcastle have a fixture in Gaming 28, so they are not going to blank in Gaming 28, and I can play him after his Gaming 25 blank. I can play him in every game. Rashford I am looking to keep because of his form mostly. He's in the form of his life. He scores in every game, and I'm looking to captain him actually for this week. We'll talk about that later. And Mitoma, I'm going to keep him because Brighton have a double game week in 27, and here it is against Leeds away and Palace at home. So plus the game week 26 and game week 28 fixtures are good as well. They are both at home. So I am looking to keep Mitoma in the team, and like I said, I'm going to transfer out Luke Shaw and Bruno Fernandes and probably one more player from Rico Lewis or maybe Patterson if he's not back from injury for a -4. And those are my plans for game week 25. But now let's just focus on game week 24. So like I said, this is the team for game week 24. I have a couple of decisions that I have to make for this game week. The first one is, like I said, do I want to transfer out Luke Shaw for Tarkovsky, or will I keep him for this one game week? One more game week. So that's my first decision to make. Then I have a benching decision. So at the moment, as you can see on my bench, is Mitoma and Rico Lewis. Now Rico Lewis is going to be the defender that's going to stay on my bench. So after the 2 benchings, I really can't start him. This week will show me if he is lost his place in long term or he will potentially be back. So if he starts in this game, then I might be tempted to keep him for game week 25. If not, he will most likely leave my team. Now the Mitoma is the bigger decision. So I am currently trying to decide who to bench. So I'm in between Mitoma and Kai Havertz at the moment. At the moment I have Havertz in the starting 11, but I'm not sure that will stay until the deadline. So Kai Havertz hasn't had a return in some time, but the Chelsea team start looking more dangerous with every game. So especially after Joao Felix came back in the team, they are looking more and more dangerous every week. And I do wonder that if Joao Felix or someone else in the team starts playing well, then certainly Kai Havertz at some point is going to get some returns as well. So maybe he gets an assist for Joao Felix, maybe it's the other way around. Havertz has scored a couple of goals recently, but they have been a very close offsides, so I am tempted to play him for this game. Southampton at home looks like an amazing feature for Chelsea to finally start scoring some goals. Southampton are in a bad place at the moment. Mitoma, on the other hand, he plays Fulham at home. Now, Fulham is a very hard fixture, I believe, this season. Fulham are amazing defensively. Every game I watch them, whether it's at home or away from home, they are just so compact. They don't give a lot of chances away. So, and Mitoma finally blanked in the last game against Crystal Palace away. So now I am finally, I feel more comfortable benching him. So basically, I am deciding whether to play form or fixture in between these two. So Havertz has the fixture, the better fixture, but Mitoma might be in a better form. So that's one decision that I have to make for this game week as well. And also the captaincy for game week 24. So I am tempted to go against Haaland once again. I did go against him in game week 23 and it worked out. I got in an extra 10 points by captaining Saka. I am tempted to do this as well in this game week. So I'm looking at a Rashford captain at the moment, mostly because it's a home game. It's against Leicester, that Man United generally play well against Leicester and they score lots of goals. And Rashford seems to score in pretty much every game nowadays. So I have to say I'm tempted about this. I'm not sure how many minutes Haaland gets in this Nottingham Forest away game. Especially because Man City have a Champions League game coming up, so I do wonder if he will get maybe an early sub in this game. Plus Nottingham Forest, when they play at home, they are super solid. They don't concede that many goals, and this may be a harder fixture for Man City. And those are the reasons why I'm looking at captaining Rashford possibly, but I still haven't made the decision. I will make it in the next couple of days. And yeah, those are the three main decisions for my team for this game week. That is the focus, and I already talked about game week 25 as well, my plans. So one more thing, there is a double game week announced in game week 27 for Brighton, Palace, Brentford and Southampton, I believe. Now, I'm not really planning that hard for that game week just yet. I don't have a free hit, unfortunately, so my focus at the moment is game week 25 and game week 24 and 25. And when the time comes, I will probably get a couple of other players from the doubling teams, but I don't think I will go too hard on those. I will try my best to have a 11 in the game week 28 blank game week, so that's the focus for my team. And yeah, that's pretty much all that I got for today. I will give you guys my final team just before the deadline. So the deadline is on Saturday. My final team will be out either Saturday morning or Friday night if I decide what to do until then. And yeah, that's all that I got for today. I appreciate you watching. Thank you for all the support recently, and I will see you guys at the Gaming 24 final team video. So yeah, thanks. Peace.